What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up right here behind my chair. And we're going to start right here. And what I'm going to do is just put one leg back about almost a full step. Don't focus on extending too much, just one full step. Just right here. And what you're going to focus on is locking your knee out as far as you can. And just try to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds. Back in and out. And out. Then I'll switch legs. And really try to hold it out. Now this time, I am going to go a little bit farther than normal. And when I do it, I'm just going to bend over slightly. So I'm over, you'll see this knee bending just a little bit more. Still putting my weight towards my front, still just on the chair right here, trying to stay as upright as I can. And we're holding it out. Back and out. And once more, and out. Switch feet. We're out. Out. Once more. Out. All right, and now we're going to start the fun part. What we're going to get into now is a lunge. Now, if you watch me first, when I do a lunge, same basic movement, except this leg we can drop down slightly. Just slightly. So when you try it, still keep both hands on your chair. Lean forward and just try to bring them down. I would say about 3/4 of the way that you could fully do it. Let me give you, I can fully extend all the way down here. That's not what we're doing. We're just going to about right here. About 3/4 of what I could potentially do. So I'm up, I'm out, and about 3/4. I'm up, I'm out, and about 3/4. Then I'll switch feet, out, and 3/4. And we'll out, 3/4. All right, now once we do that, we're still on the chair. What we're going to do now, combine these things. First, we just have a slight prerequisite. We're going to lift up our heels using our half movements. Just like that, nice and easy. Hands never leave the chair. You can try it without the chair if you want. Second surfing. Now this time we're just going to hold ourselves up as long as we can. I'm going to aim for about 10 seconds. Coming up. And back. Then we'll take a step back from the chair. We'll grab the chair. And I'm going to choose one foot. I'm going to use my right foot and pull our toe up. So our toes off the ground as high as you can get it. And try to hold that for 3 to 5 seconds. I'll do it again. And then I'll do it once more. On the other foot. So this is all just a really big warm-up as we're just stretching, preparing our bodies so that way we can try to go full lunge. So So step a little bit closer to the chair now. Both hands still on it. And step back. Drop down as far as I can. Try to keep your knee off the ground, but if you need to rest it on the ground, that's completely fine as well. We're going to try to go off the ground, down. You should feel it right here in your quads. Try to hold that for 1 second, just pause, and then come back. So let me show you real speed. Come down, pause, and back up. You want to try to do that about 3 times. And then I'll switch. So that's a good warm up for our quads. Bring it back center here, and we'll get ready. So I'm standing right here, both hands on my chair, and I'm standing straight up. I'm gonna put one leg, pick one leg, and we're just gonna slide it out. Trying to keep our weight centered over the chair. Just kicking it out to the side, perfectly sideways, as perfect as you can get it. Whatever you want to be perfect, that's perfect. And then we'll do one more, the other leg. So these leg abductions are really good. Target parts of our butt, the tensor fasciae, some other good parts of our leg that we don't normally use. And now, as Mr. C said, we're going to get funky. So what we'll do is, still standing with my chair right here, we're going to attempt to squat. We're going to do 2 forms of the squat. This first one is just a warm up. So all I'm going to do is, standing at my chair, I'm going to spread my legs out wider, or as wide as the chair's length. So my legs are very wide at this point, about 3 feet away from each other. And I'm just going to bend down slightly, just about, I'd say, a quarter of going all the way down. Just down slightly, try to keep your body upright as much as possible. You don't want to be leaning forward. You definitely don't want to be leaning backwards. Straight up, just about a quarter of the way down. So now I'll bring you back to the front so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm just sitting in my chair. Everything's normal. I could be reading a book. And what we're going to do, not holding a chair, lean forward just a little bit. And what we'll do is, just a little bit, and what we'll do is we're just going to stand straight up and sit right back down. Again, try to lean forwards just slightly, because if you lean backwards and fall into the chair, that's not going to be a good day. So we're leaning forward. My hands are in my lap, but you can put your hands wherever you feel most comfortable. And we're just going to stand. We're going to try to do this about 10 times, and then we'll take a break. And you'll notice I'm standing all the way up, taking a pause, and then sitting back down. We never want to rest in the back of the chair. And I think I'm on number 8. So that's really good warm up for our quads. You should definitely be feeling it. And we'll just take a little break here. So all I'm going to do is take my foot, just raise it up, just like that. I'm raising it up just a little bit extra so you can see it, but you can do whatever's comfortable, just raise your foot up. And the combination of the squats and this, you should definitely be feeling your quads getting worked now. And we'll begin again in about 10 seconds. Coming back to you, again, leaning forward. We're going to stand about 10 times. And it might seem simple, but it's a really good way to stretch your calves, and it's a good exercise in general. When you normally do a squat, you want to go even lower than this seat here, but this is definitely a good way to get started. You'll see a lot of guys warm up like this. They'll put a bench under them before they grab the weights to squat, and then they'll practice just like that. This is one of the largest muscles in your body, so it's definitely a good one to stretch. Never skip leg day. I think I just did about 100 squats, and then we'll just stretch out. And if you're as old as me, you should be feeling the burn. All right, now I'm gonna just put one foot out. Just one foot is out, and I'm gonna keep my toes up. I'm leaning forward slightly, toe is up. I'm just gonna take my hand and just reach out towards my toe. You don't need to actually touch your toe. If you can, I'll definitely be impressed, but we're just reaching out towards it slightly. You can go all the way forward, lean back. All the way forward, touch it, and lean back. You'll notice my leg is slightly bent. I'm not looking for a straight Simone Biles right now. We're just leg slightly bent, just leaning forward. And then I'll switch legs, switch arms. It's nothing too complicated. Then we'll just spread our legs out just a little bit, and we're gonna lean forward. So you'll see my legs are wider than the width of the chair. I hope your chair is like that as well. If not, you might have a really big chair, and that's okay. And we're just gonna lean forward. Now, as wide as you can get your legs, we're gonna just try to keep spreading them out, and then just lean forward. As wide as you can get them. And what I'm doing is I'm slowly just taking one step outside of where my foot was, just to try to slowly stretch out my legs. And I think this is about as far as I can go. I'm just gently rocking forward. We'll bring our legs back together. And now soon we're gonna lose the chair. So I hope you're okay with getting uncomfortable. What we're going to start with, still grabbing the chair. I'm going to pick my foot up as far as I can get it. Then I'll use the corresponding arm to pull at my ankle. And we're just trying to pull that up. With my torso, I'm still leaning forward over the chair. So that way I don't fall, because I know I'll fall. And we're just going to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds. Come down, and then you can switch. So after a couple of repetitions of that, what you're going to want to do is pull your foot higher with each time you switch if you only get your foot up so hard or you can't reach it, I would suggest taking your foot that will be closest to the chair and stepping a little bit backwards. And now I'm just going to go like this. See if that gives you a better angle, a little bit more mobility to reach your leg. Again, don't do anything unsafe. And I'm keeping my torso right over the chair. All right. Now I'm going to remove the chair. I'm still right here, and we're just going to do a simple toe touch. Come down as far as you can. Just coming down. Alright. Now, you might be familiar with yoga pose. We're going to get into our warrior stance. Similar to a lunge, just going to take one leg out, one leg at an angle, just like this. And that's what we're going to aim to do. Keep our lower body just like that. And with your torso, we're going to put our arms side to side. Still leaning. So you can see as I move, this is my left foot. As we move, my arms are staying straight. It's just my lower body that's moving. And then switch directions. Then what I like to do right here, both of my feet are pointing forward. My legs are a little bit farther apart than normal. And they're still right here. I'm taking my right hand to my left foot, keeping my left hand up in the air, just like this. Come back up and back. So you should feel that again in your quads. You should feel it in your bottom. You might even feel it in your back a little bit, and that's all right. So that's a really good stretch. And now lastly, we're going to try to squat without assistance. So put the chair behind you for support if needed. So I'll stand right in front of the chair. I like to put my hands either across my chest or on top of my head. Either way, you want to keep your torso upright if possible. I'll turn sideways just for demonstration. I'm here, about a foot in front of the chair, put my hands on the chest. I squat down as far as I can go, and I'll come back up. Personally, my knees crack. I hope yours don't, but here, some cracking and some popping sounds is probably good for you. Try to keep your torso up, and we're ready. So your hands, you can catch yourself in case you fall forward. If you squat down and you can't get back up, just lean back into your chair. You should be able to pull yourself up and sit down. So we're looking for about 5 of those, maybe 6 if you're feeling lucky, at your own pace. And we're trying to focus on the depth of the squats. So you'll see I'm actually going lower than what my chair was, the height of my chair. That's all very simple, easy, at-home stretches to do. If you ever want to come to the gym, definitely suggest doing those before you actually start working out. Definitely really good for you. Even if you're going to use exercise machines instead of free weights, it's very important to stretch before and after you work out. And then I'm open to questions if you have any questions or specific muscle groups that you would like to get some advice on stretching. So I'll be having a cycling class on Monday. That will be at 8:30. That would be in this room, the Health and Aquatic Club aerobics room. So that's free for Premier members, and I believe it's $7 or $10 for sports members. That's about, I would say about 40 minutes for cycling. I like to keep our speed up. I like to try to really push you. A lot of people who come and do cycling now are people who say they have trouble walking or trouble running. Cycling is actually very good for your knees and very good for your back. It takes the pressure off, or it takes the weight rather off of you. So that's just something to consider. If you don't want to do a class with me, that's completely fine. We have Lauren, who's an excellent instructor, and she's on Tuesdays and Fridays, but she's moving to Thursdays. I am on Mondays and Thursdays currently. And then there's always a cycle bike here in the Health and Aquatic Club. In the gym, there's definitely one. You can find one out in the hallway, if not. And those are very, very good for you, especially if you're having trouble running. It takes the pressure off of bouncing around. Put some headphones in and just do about half an hour. You should be able to cover at least 5 miles if you're really working. Some people like to turn their resistance up and just do 10, 15 minutes. That's also good for you as well. I just really suggest stretching before and afterwards, just trying to protect yourself because it can be really, really tiring on your muscles, but it's very good for you. And then there's also a Peloton in the gym, which you can sign up for. You come in and we have a clipboard, you can make a reservation for it. Just make sure you make the corresponding reservation at the gym as well. And then you'll be able to use the Peloton, which has live classes, instructor-led classes. It has pre-recorded classes. Pretty much anything that you would need. So thank you guys for attending. Feel free to email me or come see me, give me a call if you have a question. I also do personal training as well. And I also do swim lessons. I highly recommend swimming. Swimming is very good for you. It uses literally every muscle in your body. So I definitely suggest swimming. A lot of people like to go to the gym, swim, and then take a shower and then go back home. I think that's an excellent start to your day, or an excellent thing to do in your day. Well, the pool is open from 10 a.m. to 6:45 every day for a free swim. We'll have 2 lap lanes up every day. We're usually less crowded and more towards the afternoon. And then on Thursdays, I have a boot camp class that's at 5:30 p.m. That's a little bit more intense, high energy, cardio, a little bit of weightlifting, not too much, mostly body weight exercises, focusing on movements. We'll do some stretching after the class. I just ask that you stretch before the actual class.
How do I talk to him?
Anything you might need, here, we have the juice box here.
Let's go back to the page.
Swimming, the hot tub as well. It's kind of cold out, so even if you have nothing else to do, jump in the hot tub, jump in the pool. We have lots of flotation devices in case you just want to relax, but those are low resistance. And you also have some exercise equipment as well. And then we have Charlotte has her aqua classes in the mornings. That's first 10 to call in the mornings because we have to limit those classes to 10 due to COVID restrictions. But I definitely think those are fun. Those are high energy as well. Those get you up to start your day. All right, thank you everyone for attending. I'll be here at the Health and Aquatic Club if you ever want to say hello.